Good morning, St. Paul. This is Wesley Wright, your unbougie foodie. I know it's not the best Saturday, but thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, I am here every Saturday at 10 a.m. talking and bringing you everything about food. And, yes, it's a passion. Yes, it's something I love. I do enjoy cooking. I don't go out to restaurants very, very, very often, but when I do, I want to share them with you all. So again, thank you so much for tuning in this morning. If you're having your cup of coffee or, hey, just relaxing for a little bit before you really start your day, thank you for starting it with WEQI and myself, the Unbougie Foodie. Very interesting subjects that I'm going to be bringing to you and talking to you about. One of them first is, it's going to always be about food, you know that. But more importantly, we're coming around to the time of being outdoors, eating food, whether it be grilling, whatnot, whatever. If you're going out with friends, having a party at a park, grilling, yeah. So the secret word here, or the code word here, is grilling. Definitely grilling. So I bring that up because last week, as you know, I talked about it very briefly about an event that I was actually going to, and I won't talk about it too extra, but I just want you all to know that if you've never had the opportunity to, one, go to CHS Field, even if it just to catch a game or something like that, yeah, you should. You really, really should. It's a lot of fun. It's in a wonderful space. But the event that was there was Grill Fest. And as you know, CHS Field is located in downtown St. Paul. But that Grill Fest, it was amazing because not only did it offer all the different types of foods in association to grilling. I mean, there were burgers, there were ribs, steak. I mean, there were so many, and I told you last week all the different variety of vendors that were actually going to be there. I definitely made it a point to go to all the places that I mentioned to you, specifically to Pimento Jamaican Kitchen, man, you guys, and that jerk chicken, and then Minnesota Beef Council, those steaks, on point. I mean, just there were so many different vendors, and that you really did not have an opportunity to get to each and every one. But you were, of course, you had the chance to speak to the different taste buds that that the foods were offering. So yeah, I really suggest next year, if you ever have the opportunity, definitely get down to the Grill Fest. Hopefully they're going to again have it at CHS Field, and it will be perfect for you to just enjoy the time and enjoy the food that's being grilled. It really was a great experience. I mean, you really are going to walk away with, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it, having the meat sweats. There were burgers and wings and just so much amazing food that was out there. So all of those vendors, yeah, you guys did a wonderful job. And again, like I said, I didn't get a chance to go to each and every one, but the ones that I did, I was excited about and excited to go to begin with, because I did, again, a bit of research behind the scenes. And, in the past, I know that they were at other events that I've talked about, such as Food and Wine. But man, they definitely did not disappoint. I want to, and again, I'm just really showing my appreciation to another one of the vendors, No Name Steaks. I don't get the name twisted, please, because No Name Steaks is a bomb brand. I mean, there is not enough words that I could express or tell you about the steaks and the other products that they offer. You know, again, being at other events and tasting a number of other products that they produce, man, it was some good stuff. Make you want to just kind of like sit down and not have to worry about the rest of your day after having the type of food that you had at the Grill Fest. Yes, man. I'm trying to think of which other one that I want to mention, but I mentioned I wasn't going to just harp on, being at Grill Fest, since I talked about it last week so much. But again, they had specials. They were doing demonstrations. They even had one specific area at the end of the concourse of the stadium where basically it just said, what did it say? I think it said pig out. But anything ribs, I'll just say pork related, was at that end. And man, it was a madhouse, but in a good way, because people were trying to get to all the different vendors and tasting brats and different cuts of steak and small pieces that they were offering as samplings. So again, enough about Grill Fest. It was a great event, and next year, hopefully, if you've not gone this year, you will catch it for next year. Oh my goodness. As you know, you can find the Unbougie Foodie, as well as some of the photos that I took while I was at Grill Fest, suffering from meat sweats, on my Facebook page. And then, of course, that is one of my social medias where you could find out more information about events that I've gone to or am going to, topics on different restaurants that are up and coming or going to be in the neighborhood, or the ones that are in the neighborhood. Definitely look for that on Facebook, as well as check out my Instagram and Twitter. Instagram being _Unbougie Foodie, and then Twitter being @Unbougie Foodie. If you have any questions or comments, certainly feel free to leave a message, or if you'd like, even send an email to theunbougiefoodie@gmail.com, for any suggestions or, again, comments, how you feel, if there's some type of content that you'd like to be discussed within an upcoming show. I'm very open. Again, this is a show for you as well. I'm bringing you information about food in the community and what is available and where you could go and enjoy a really great meal. If you're interested in also talking to me on the air, feel free to give me a call here at the radio station, which is 651-200-3479. Again, that number is 651-200-3479. Where I'm always willing to take your phone call and so forth. That's what we do here. We're here for the community. So, okay, on to other exciting and interesting topics. Did you know that there's a food truck lane in Minneapolis, specifically in North Minneapolis? Okay, yes, there is the one that's in downtown, but if you don't really work in downtown, you're working outside of the city, you're like, dang, food trucks don't even really come out to where I am or anything. Well, North Minneapolis, yeah, y'all are fortunate, because man, I so want one to be over here on the east side of St. Paul. Again, I think there should be a revolution where, and I'm talking about really specifically on the east side, there should just be a designated area where food trucks could just kind of park. I don't know if I'm not suggesting anywhere, but I know I have, as funny. I went to my dentist not too long ago, earlier this week. So shout out to Park Dental. There was a dental technician that mentioned or something about food trucks on White Bear. And again, I'm just saying what we were talking about. And she was interested in what I was doing, so I told her. And so, yeah, I wanted to just give a shout out to her because she said she was going to listen. Thank you. It's been a few days, so I maybe under the Novocaine that I had, I've forgotten her name. But yeah, Park Dental, they know who you are. Anyway, back to the food truck lane. Yeah, I would hope that there would be one created somehow in St. Paul. I know even the one in downtown St. Paul. I mean, there's a few, but again, you have to be working in that area. Why not have something, in area too, where you'll get more foot traffic, you'll get more community individuals out at your food truck. I'm just throwing that out there as a suggestion. I'm just saying. But more about the food truck lane that's open in North Minneapolis. So what they're trying to do is they want to try to bring different dining options to North Minneapolis. Now, North Minneapolis, they do have a number of different restaurants or food places that you can actually go to and enjoy a great meal. But, why not bring it even more into the neighborhood and make it available for those that just kind of want to maybe even walk or drive a little bit, park, and enjoy themselves. So you're probably wondering, okay, where is this? Well, it's on West Broadway, and if I'm going to give these directions, sort of, it's part of a campaign. It's called Eat on the Avenue campaign. And again, it's on West Broadway. Food trucks are going to line up from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And they started, I believe, they've actually started as of, what date was that? Was that the 11th? Gosh, I think it was the 11th. Anyway, one specific food truck that was out there, they had gotten such a great turnout that, even though, again, that time was from 11 to 2 p.m., 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., they were out of one of their popular items or dishes that they provide by noontime. But that speaks a lot. That speaks volumes, because one, people really are recognizing that this is a good food truck. And by the way, the name of that food truck is Soul to Go. Yeah, soul food, real soul food. So apparently they have collard greens, barbecue chicken, cornbread, and many other different items that are available. And apparently their soul bowl is what I was referring to earlier, that they ran out at noontime. But again, it's going to happen every Thursday up until September 28th. There will be other food trucks. A very neighborhood and popular organization, Appetite for Change, is actually teaming up as well, and realizing that there's not a lot of options for the restaurants and so forth in that area. They wanted to be involved with that Eat on the Avenue initiative. So here they're having an opportunity to get out there and provide a specific place for the food trucks to set up shop, if you would, and then continue to do business, offer different foods to the community. There's another one that they mentioned, I believe it was Harold's Chicken, and I've not been to had Harold's Chicken before. I'm assuming that it is a food truck. I think I need to do a food truck kind of like go to, because there is on Twitter a way for you to find out the different food trucks that are available on a specific date. It's hard on a Saturday because most of the time food trucks are available Monday through Friday, and when you have other responsibilities, let's say, um, you don't get out there as at the opportune time when they are available. But I am looking forward to hopefully meeting some of these or going to some of these food trucks, as I'm hoping you are as well, as I'm bringing the information to you where they're going to be and just some names. And I'm quite sure that you're familiar with being on the interweb and finding out more information about some of these places and where they're going to be. But Harold's Chicken is one. The Soul to Go. Another was, I think it was Soul Tada. So, gosh, the things that they're describing there is blackened catfish, corn tortillas, and then guacamole. Yeah, there are. We could talk about food trucks. I mean, to seriously have just a segment on food trucks just by itself, and all the different types that are available. Hello, we are going to. We've talked in the past about food truck rally. There's no way to get around it with such a wide variety of different tastes. And I don't know, it's almost like you're traveling around the world because of all the different types of food trucks, or you could even tell neighborhoods. But I say around the world because there are places that have like West Indies soul food. I mean, that's Jamaican or Trinidad type of food. There's Soul to Go. There's Del Sur empanadas. So many to name. And again, just off the top of my head, I was naming those. But again, we've talked about the different food trucks that are in the cities, ones that are up and coming. El Jibarito, that's a Cuban one. They're just coming to me right now. So if you have any ideas, definitely let me know of any new ones, which, I'm always constantly on the lookout for new food trucks. So, hey, again, this is a show for you, for the community. And I am just adding a voice and giving you the opportunity to find out even more. Yeah. So, Food Truck Lane. They need to find something here in on the east side of St. Paul so that we can have something like that. And I know taco trucks, egg roll trucks, elotes. Yeah, corn. Sweet corn. Yeah, we need to have more of those and set aside a specific area for folks to go to and congregate. That's, we forget about what the word community means. Okay, not that we forget, but together, commune and unity. So folks coming together, communicating, communing. But again, the word bringing people together. And what have I always said? Food always brings people together. I mean, I could honestly say that when folks smell good food or just smell food, that they feel that aroma is delicious. Just the aroma itself. That, gosh, they are willing to talk to their neighbor and, hey, what are you guys making? Hey, what are you cooking? That smells good. It's almost like people forget about their differences, or they drop their walls for a little bit when people are all sitting together and having some type of meal or food is being served. And I like that. I really do. I'm trying to just aside from, I'm quite sure, I think there's going to probably be an event that WEQY is going to be throwing. I know that they are. And I'm looking forward to that. And I believe that is 7th Street Live. So I'm really looking forward to the different food trucks that are going to be there. It's going to be for me, it's going to be an exciting time because I know that by that time, it will be probably a year that I have been on the air as the Unbougie Foodie and meeting different people, going out to different restaurants and finding out different tastes, what people's palates like. And then they'll probably know me and see me. That'll be fun. It will be actually a lot of fun. Because last year, I mean, that was my first year, and it was a brief time that I had been on the air as the Unbougie Foodie, but still, it was almost like a family thing where it embraced and enjoyed the content, and people were talking about the content and the different types of food subjects and so forth. So I want to continue bringing that to you all. So I know that those food trucks are going to be out there. That event is going to be happening, and I'll tell you more information about that when we hear more information. But that is going to be coming up in the next few months. Just be prepared. There will be a lot to cover. Okay, on to the next subject. And for me, this is interesting because I have not been to Colossal Cafe. The original location was on 42nd, I believe. And it was a small place. And so now it is actually going to be changing. It will now become, gosh, what is it going to be called? And I had the name. Oh, it's going to be called The Original. On 42nd. It will be called The Original on 42nd. And they are going to be opening, they said, by the end of May. So by the end of May, they're going to be opening. The address will be 1839 East 42nd Street. That's in Minneapolis. And again, little, but what they're going to be serving, big flavors. It's going to have about 15 seats, dining, the sandwiches, different types of sandwiches that are actually going to be available, and they said they're going to be at reasonable prices. So, as we see more and more information about perhaps a menu, I'll give you some. I'll continue to do follow up and bring you that information as well. But they just said name a few things or items to watch out for: a smoked trout sandwich with capers, cucumber, and radish instead of tuna. Possibly something with lamb. Definitely soups and salads are actually going to be available as well. And then bread is actually going to be baked daily. So all the bread that they are going to be using for their sandwiches is going to be available, made by Colossal Cafe. And gosh, I have to make my way over there just to hopefully get a chance to taste some of this wonderfulness. Roast beef sandwich, and then Swiss cheese and horseradish. Oh man, yeah. It's a whole lot of food that's going to be going on over there, but it's going to be new. It's going to be an opening at the end of the month, and the chef that is taking over the space was at the Oxcart Ale House. So he's probably glad, and I think he mentioned it in an article, that it's a small place, and he really likes that fact. They could concentrate on the actual food itself. And he and his business partner, they stated that they are able to concentrate on that rather than the size of the space that they're that they're trying to bring people in. The menu is going to be really catered to simple pleasures, sandwiches, again, soups and salad. But definitely look out for that. And again, I promise I'll do more follow-up and bring you additional information regarding more on the menu. Okay, so there is I know when we have events that say rain or shine, you really hope for the best and you hope for the latter to be the shine. You really want it to be sunny. I'm hoping that today we'll have that opportunity to have some type of sun sometime. And for the event that I'm about to mention, for their benefit, I do hope that it gets sunny, because it is the Twin Cities Burger Battle that is going to be at Harriet Island in St. Paul. Today is May 20th. It's going to be from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. This is another one of those you must be 21 or older to attend. So children, we love you, but you won't be able to come to this one either. So yeah, maybe not this time. Wait a few years, you'll get there. But this is the 4th annual Twin Cities Burger Battle, and again at Harriet Island, apparently for the second consecutive year. So this is going to be based on best local burger joints and restaurants. There is a price tag on there, but that price tag, it includes the ticket and allowing you unlimited burgers and other additional aled beverages for adults from local restaurants and breweries. You're going to be having the opportunity to enjoy live music, and then casting your vote for People's Choice for best burger in the Twin Cities. Now, not to equate this with Grill Fest, because definitely did something like that at Grill Fest as well, where they had small sliders, either sliders or mini burgers, if you would, that just gave you that opportunity to taste that and see what a restaurant is actually producing, either in-house or maybe something that they've come up with. Well, likewise, this will be a judged event where there will also be a panel of judges that will actually be voting and crowning the Twin City Burger Battle champion and champion of 2017. So definitely, these events are fun. If you've never been to one, I talk about events often. But that's because they just give you a chance to taste a number of different foods in one central location without having to go to restaurant, going back and forth across the cities or throughout different areas of the cities. But again, and I'm seeing, it looks probably like, I think last year they had like My Burger, I just noticed Minnesota Beef Council is going to be out there as well. So KDWB is going to be out there. Different food vendors and aled beverage vendors as well. So yes, there's going to be alcoholic beverages there, or adult beverages. So, but you don't have to have those. You can have water and concentrate specifically on the food. Concentrate on the food. The 5-8 is going to be there. My Burger, Citizen Supper Club, Oxcart is going to be there. The Nook, 7th Street Social is going to be there. So many different. I'm just looking on their website too to see what is going to be, who is actually going to be out there. Red Cow So that's another place. We'll talk about that another time and I think I have in the past, but Red Cow, you have to go there. People, if you've not been to Red Cow, wow, must go to Red Cow. Anyway, that is an event that is going to be happening, today. Tickets are still available, so that you can definitely, enjoy that. Uh, Black Dog Lower Town, I want to give you guys a shout out. Thank you all so much. Yeah, Bronson's is going to be there. Bronson's is a new pub that's over on the east side. Yeah, Burger Battle. So people, the winning choice, the winning restaurants, each guest is going to be given a token. The tokens are supposed to be used to vote for the favorite burger that you feel is the favorite burger, and then the restaurant with the most tokens at the end of the event is going to be the winner for the people's choice, and they're going to be announcing that on stage, and they would win a trophy again for people's choice, and they'll have the opportunity to display that in their restaurant. But then there is the actual Burger Battle Champion award, if you would, or trophy that will be given away. So there's going to be a panel of judges, as I mentioned. They're going to have sample sliders from all the different participating restaurants, and then they're going to be given, they'll be judged on with a number. They'll be judged basically throughout a number of categories. And then finally, when they make that determination, those judges are going to crown that champion. Again, another announcement that they'll be making, and they will have the rights to have that trophy displayed in their restaurant as the Twin Cities Burger Battle Champion of 2017. So, just think of the different types of creative foods that are actually going to be out there. I mean, come on. And the great thing about it is that not only, those proceeds and so forth that they are, that they'll be obtaining, it's actually going to also support a foundation, the Sanaa Foundation. Tony Sanaa, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Tony Sanaa actually is probably a better terminology. He's a St. Paul native and recently retired professional soccer player, and he founded the Sanaa Foundation in 2003, of helping inner city kids. After playing for 15 years as a professional soccer player, he went to the World Cup and then moved back to St. Paul in 2009, and just again wanted to involve himself in helping and encouraging inner city youths, and therefore created the Sanaa Foundation. Their mission, again, is being described as a youth development organization that provides life skills and programs for at-risk children or inner city children, using soccer as a catalyst to empower children, improve lives, and importantly, unite communities. So behind the actual event, there is a powerful foundation or reasoning for having this event, and for it to be continuous for the past for the past 4 years. Yes. It speaks volumes about someone that wants to help support the interests of children within the inner city, and no matter what area of the Twin Cities, the fact that it is actually happening in St. Paul at Harriet Island, again, it's bringing more focus to St. Paul, and just any activities that are going on in this neighborhood. It's a wonderful neighborhood. It really is. And of course, Eastside, come on now. Just like how Minneapolis has Eat Street, Yeah, St. Paul has our Eat Street as well, our own. Down pain, eat on pain, eat on pain, eat on pain. See, if I say it multiple times, then you'll eat on pain. So again, Twin Cities Burger Battle is going to be happening, rain or shine, today from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. again at Harriet Island. So make your way there if you would like to have something to do today and get out the house, even though it is a little bit rainy. Hopefully it's going to pick up and we're going to get that sunshine that we need. It might be a little bit muggy, but that's okay. I'm not going to mind. I'm not going to mind at all. Oh, wow. I tell you, so many different things to talk about and to share. Once again, if you're interested and have any type of suggestions or comments, tell us if you like the show. Tell me if you like the show. You can reach me here at 651-200-3479. Again, call in, make a suggestion or comment. Feel free to do that. Or leave me a comment on the Facebook page if you have any type of comments or so forth. You can certainly do that. Please visit the Umbougie Foodie page, and if there's a comment, a question, or anything that you're interested in, let me know, and I will certainly get back to you. I will reply quickly. The next thing I want to share, I'm transitioning. I'm still talking about burgers because, in every show I'm doing some type of research, and I'm using different avenues and different things to make sure that we're bringing interesting food topics and recipes and events to you. And as always, I encourage you to do the same, and feel free, and I welcome it. I really do, because this show, without listeners that enjoy food and talking about said item, there would be no Umbougie Foodie. So I thank you. I really do thank you. But I want to share a recipe that I found in Food and Wine magazine. Yes, when you're a foodie, you have cookbooks, recipes. You are interested in finding out where the next most exciting food item is, or I want to share this with other people. It's like, this was really good, or this looks amazing. Photography, which I'm going to talk about that shortly, because I think that doesn't get enough talk. But we are in spring right about now. Yeah, I say that kind of hesitantly. But yes, we are in spring. And yes, it's almost like, honestly, some folks, they're like, okay, forget this, we need to get through spring, and I just want to jump right directly to summer. Even though with spring, with farmers markets being open, or the seasonal farmers markets for spring has now opened, still there are different vegetables, ingredients, and so forth that may not yet be available. But that shouldn't stop you from getting together and collecting your different recipes and items that you feel that you want to cook or prepare for the upcoming season, which would be summer. I'm just starting early. I'm starting way early. I know we're still in spring, but it was exciting. It seemed like a fresh recipe, or something to share. And even then, it's even saying that it's like late summer. So yeah, I'm getting started kind of early. It's called, okay, this portion of it is early summer. So again, with new root vegetables and asparagus and new items coming out just for the season, you can still enjoy a really great meal or appetizer. And here's one of them. Snap pea radish salad with herb yogurt. And it's a really simple recipe. I mean, there are a number of, items that you have to probably get. You probably don't have directly in your pantry, or, if you're interested, you could always go out and get a few of these things. Some of them, you probably do have, but others, no, not so much. I'll run down the recipe with you, but again, it is the snap pea radish salad with herb yogurt. Apparently, there is a yogurt called McFadden's that is one that is being used in this recipe. And you could mix it up with herbs such as tarragon, dill, and cilantro, and then put it in, throw in some chopped pickle or chopped pickled ramps. So ramp, which, that was one of the items that we were doing for our contest, which I'm not going to jump around. Hopefully you remember that this is also a contest time, and I will get to that in just a moment. But pickled ramps from spring. Ramps being, they're also referred to as wild leeks, and you can find them at your farmer's market right now. They are out, they're in season, so that is one of the reasons why I mentioned that in the contest. Anyway, the recipe calls for 1.5 cups of whole milk yogurt, 3 scallions, thinly sliced, and scallions, green onions. For those that may not be very familiar or thinking, okay, scallions, what are you talking about? Anyway, 3 scallions thinly sliced, 1 cup of lightly packed mint leaves torn, and meaning that you don't have to cut it. You could just simply use your hands and just get in there and tear them up. 1 cup of lightly packed basil leaves, again torn, and packages of basil and even mint. You could buy that probably at your local grocery store for less than $2. A half a teaspoon of finely grated lemon zest, plus 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. A half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper. And then, of course, kosher salt and black pepper, because you're going to use those to taste. 1 pound of sugar snap peas. Definitely remove the strings. And then half the peas on the bias. So just in the middle. Then 10 radishes, thinly sliced. A 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. And then 2 tablespoons of sweet red wine vinegar, And there's a variety of them out there, although they have preferably cats, but whatever fits your fancy. Again, 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. And then lastly, poppy seeds for sprinkling. And you don't necessarily have to use poppy seeds. You could use sesame seed. Sunflower seeds. There you go. If you'd like. A little bit more hearty. Poppy seeds, if you really enjoy. I don't really like the way that it gets in between your teeth, but that's just me. You could use, again, sunflower seeds. Chop them up if necessary and make them smaller. Yeah. But here's the actual instructions on how to create this snap pea radish salad with herb yogurt. So in a medium bowl, you're going to mix the yogurt with the scallions, the mint, the basil, the lemon zest, and lemon juice, and also the crushed red pepper. You're going to season that with salt and black pepper. And then in a large bowl, you're going to toss the snap peas with the radishes. You're going to, with the olive oil and vinegar, and then you're going to season so that with the salt and pepper. Again, keep in mind that these are salt to taste, so don't want to go too much overboard on it, but definitely, that will still give it some flavor, and again, to what your palate can handle. Lastly, you're then going to spread the herb yogurt in a shallow serving bowl, and then you're going to pile on the vegetables on top, and then sprinkle with the poppy seeds or sunflower seeds if you'd like, whatever seeds you decide, or no seeds at all. And then you're going to serve it. I mean, again, very simple. It's something very early in the season that you can have, and of vegetables that are available. And it's simple to make. I mean, there's really hardly, aside from what you're going to be doing with the snap peas, there really isn't any type of serious cutting or slicing and dicing or whatever. Well, also the scallions, but still, it's not like, okay, you're going to become Julia Child and cut. Never mind, I'm not going to do that. I was going to try to be an impression of Julia Child, but no, we won't do that on the air. Anyway, that is one recipe. Again, snap pea radish salad with herb yogurt. I am going to make this available, or put this available on the Unbougie Foodie page. So, I really appreciate getting food and wine and finding new recipes in which to share. If you have any, again, feel free to give me a call or send me information over either through Facebook or by email at theunbougiefoodie@gmail.com. And I'll be sure to share that recipe or your suggestions on the air. So okay, there is still one other that I would love to share, actually. And this one, again, always researching. That's such is the life of a foodie. This one is, I got this one. It was a recipe from out of Men's Health, and just giving you an opportunity, especially guys. Sometimes guys, some guys don't like to cook, or they're just like, I'll just have cereal, or I'll just go out or grab something at local, rest stop or fast food place or whatnot. But sometimes you could do things at home that are really simple. So here's one that it really is just sausage, eggs, and garlicky greens. And there's no real name for it. It's just what the ingredients are. And just running down the list of what it is, and it says what you need, is 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of olive oil, 1 small garlic clove minced, a quarter cup of small onions chopped, and actually not a quarter cup, just a quarter. So you're going to cut the onion in half, and then cut the onion in half again, cut that half in half. So that makes your quarter. So just a quarter of a small onion chopped, and then a quarter pound of fresh Italian chicken sausage, and that's sliced. 1 cup of chopped broccoli rabe, and I'll talk about that in just a second too. And then 1 cup of baby spinach. So you're probably wondering, okay, what is broccoli rabe? Yeah, okay, well, yes, it is very close to that of broccoli. However, it's not really. It's really closer to a turnip. The better way to actually say it really is a leafy green. It's almost like turnip greens or mustard greens, but they're very, very small. They're a long, slender vegetable, and again, it's referred to as broccoli rabe, or some folks might call it rapini. very thin stalks and very deep green leaves. And there's small buds on there that they look like broccoli florets. And that's where kind of the confusion comes into play, because you're thinking, oh, it's baby broccoli or something. It's not. But they're sold in grocery stores as well as farmers markets, and mainly you'll find them in farmers markets. And funny thing, it's in the cold months of the winter that they really that they're thriving. But even though you don't want to really eat this raw, you really want to cook this for sure, because again, it has a bitter taste. Even though it's very earthy, it's very nutty, it has a lot of flavor, but still, the flavor, even when you cook it, you could still get that nuttiness and earthiness from it. But again, it's suggested to cook it, and it's best either sauteed or even blanched, because again, you don't want that bitterness in there. So I'm gonna love to saute stuff because it has butter, loads of butter. Not really, because you could do it with less of that, but all I could think of is having some bacon renderings, and then sauteing the broccoli rabe, and then just mixing some pepper along with that. Yeah, we could talk about broccoli rabe, and there's a reason why I provided that explanation. But continuing on with the recipe, with those ingredients that we talked about, that I mentioned, you're going to use a small pan and fill it with water to boil, because what you're going to be doing is really poaching your egg. So you're going to fill that small pan with water and then bring it to a boil. You're going to adjust the heat to medium, because when that water reaches a specific temperature, you want to kind of like lower or lessen the boil on that, because you really don't want to like ruin your poached egg. So you're going to actually do, in poaching your egg, probably wondering, well, how do I poach an egg? It's really simple. You could, and in this recipe, it says that you can either poach it or soft boil it. Poaching is great because, it's still that healthy version of the egg. It's not fully cooked. You're still getting all those nutrients and the extra protein and so forth. I am not a dietitian, nor am I a nutritionist. Just, reading up on, eggs and how it affects your body, and yeah, it's good. But the poached egg, you're simply going to use, put the egg in a mug or some type of dish that you're not plopping it in directly from the eggshell itself or from the actual egg. You want to simply gently place that egg into that simmering water, and then as you're swirling the water a little bit very gently, the egg white itself starts to firm up, and after about 3 or 4 minutes, you're then just going to scoop that up with a slotted spoon, let it drain a little bit, and then put it on top of, in this case, the sausage, egg, and garlic greens. But again, you could also do a soft egg or soft boiled egg as well, and that's about 8 minutes for a soft boiled. 8 to 9 minutes actually for a soft boiled. Again, you're going to use a slotted spoon and then scoop up the egg and then transfer it to a bowl so that it cools down. And of course, the best way to let that cool is, in an ice bath. So, yeah, 2 different versions. One is the soft boil, and the other is the poached egg. I like the poached. I like eggs Benedict sometimes. So, continuing on though with the recipe, with the rest of the instructions. So, in a large pan, you're going to, in a large medium pan, you're going to add oil, the garlic and the onions, and then you're going to cook until the onions are very translucent. So not very long, maybe about 3 to 5 minutes. You're then going to add the sausage, that chicken sausage. You could probably switch it up and do maybe andouille or some other type. But again, considering the source, trying to eat a bit, taking care of your body and being kind to it. Not that anything else isn't, but chicken less on processing, basically, because beef is a different, and other additional sausages are preservatives, and the process that they take to actually create the beef and the sausage, or the prepared beef and sausage. I don't get me wrong, I love my beef. I don't eat it often. Anyway, again, sausage in the pan with the onions and the garlic, 3 to 5 minutes. Then you're gonna that sausage is gonna brown probably within about 7 to 10 minutes. You're gonna add the greens, and then you're gonna cover the pot or cover the pan with whatever that pan it is that you're using. You're gonna cover that, because again, remember, with that broccoli rabe, you want that to be as soft and tender. You don't want to taste that bitterness. You still want to retain that the flavor that it offers, but not as harsh with the bitterness. So by cooking that, and really until the greens start to wilt, that will take probably about another 3 to 5 minutes. Then you'll be good to go. All you're going to do left is really to place, all of those items on a plate and serve. And it feeds one person, but you could always modify that to feed a group of people or two or whatnot. So there you have it, the sausage, egg, and garlicky greens. And again, as I promised with the other, I will also make this available. Thank Men's Health for that information I could pass on to you. But yeah, that is really it. I want to mention before I go, the broccoli rabe, that's the third item that we're for the contest. So keep in mind that if you are participating and sending in, I'm getting a few great recipes already. So if you are still interested, make sure that you are sending in that information to theunbougiefoodie@gmail.com, or just leave me a Facebook page, this Facebook message, and I'll make sure to get that out there so that you participate in the contest. Again, third item for the contest, again, a dinner on The Unbougie Foodie at the end of the month, broccoli rabe. Oh my goodness, the hour has flown by. So thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, I really appreciate you taking time this morning to join and to listen to these wonderful food subjects, topics, recipes that I'm bringing to you. If there's anything that you'd like to share, again, get in contact with me at The Unbougie Foodie on Facebook. Send me a message, even through Twitter, through Instagram. More than happy to discuss more items about food with you and anyone else interested. As I end my show, I want to thank you for this morning. Hope you had that wonderful cup of coffee and you're about to start your day. As I end the show, as always, I want to encourage you never to let anyone tell you what type of foodie to be, because really, it is all about the food. Until next week, take care, everyone.